expectations here for UFC 242. I mean, I've seen the articles out there talking about how the numbers on your sites and everything that you're putting out seems to be like people are responding very well. What are your expectations for this event, and why do you think it's resonating right now?
Yeah, well, I think that Khabib is a big star, and ever since the Conor fight, this is his first fight back, and Dustin Poirier has obviously worked his way to the top, beating all the best guys in the world, including Max Holloway, to get this shot at Khabib. So it's a big fight, and Khabib's a big star.
How big of a star is Khabib, do you think? Do you think he's bigger than Conor, if you had to compare the two?
I mean, to compare to Conor, to come out and say anybody's a bigger star than Conor, I think that the fight with him and Conor, I think people had always been into Khabib. Undefeated. Nobody's undefeated the way that Khabib is undefeated in this sport. The win streak that he's on, the people that he's beat. Now, you had that massive fight with Conor, which put him over the top and made him an even bigger star.
How about Conor? Have you heard anything about him? Do you expect, is there even a possibility? I mean, this would seem like the old Conor, he would want to insert himself into this narrative. He'd want to be around here. He'd want to come to Abu Dhabi and stand up in the crowd and watch this lightweight title fight. Have you heard anything about if he plans on being here?
No, he won't be here. I talk to Conor, normally twice a month, but we've been talking. I talked to Conor last night, this morning. No, he will not be here, but he'll be watching.
I was speaking to Mike Brown yesterday, and he was telling me that he thinks the underdog status. He said, I used to love fighting underdog status. It made me fight even harder. And he goes, I think Dustin is pretty much exactly the same guy like that. Yeah. Would you agree? Like he said, it brings the best out of him.
It does, because everybody who's on that side of the fence is expecting me to get thrashed and humiliated, right? So I can only do better, right? All the Khabib has to live up to going out there and dominating me. If he doesn't go out there and beat me up and stop me early, he's gonna do worse than everybody predicted him to do. I feel like the pressure's on him. I have everything to gain in this fight.
I feel like nearly every fight you go into, you have to deal with this, where people are underselling you. So I guess there's probably a comfort in it too, right?
Yeah, it's not a foreign place to be. Yeah.
And just in terms of a turbulent partisan crowd, I've seen you fight in those kind of situations before. It doesn't seem to bother you at all. But can you draw on that experience you have from your previous fights?
Yeah, this is an evolution of going up against the odds, of going up against the doubters, and walking past boos to get to this point. It's perfect timing in my career to fight a fight like this, because I don't care about that stuff. I care about 25 minutes.
Is there anything when you see, with Khabib's wrestling, you keep on talking about the strengths, right? That you're focusing on your strengths, not his. And when I think about what McGregor has said after his fight with Khabib, it feels like he has fallen into that trap to some degree. That's what he keeps saying about it. We just focused on wrestling. I was barely doing any pad rounds. I mean, did you take anything from him saying that, or was this just always your thought process going into this fight?
This was just my process going into this. I knew that I needed to try to hurt the guy. I knew that I didn't want to circle too much and put myself on the fence or lose rounds by being too timid. I just need to go out there and fight. I can do it all,
Is this a shock the world moment? I know it's hard for you to see that. When you look at the skill sets, it's very even. But just given the fact that the UFC are coming to Abu Dhabi, it's based around Khabib being this huge star in this part of the world. Can you safely say it is probably a shock the world moment if you pull this off on Saturday?
100%, without a doubt in my mind. There's no question about it. This is I'm going to shake up the world.
And obviously you want to go back to the States then immediately for the first title defense after doing this. Is that what you'd want?
We'll see. Whatever the UFC wants to do and whatever we can agree on. But I just want to bring the belt back to the States and bring it to my daughter.
Have you been in touch with her, or do you try and kind of separate yourself from that to kind of get into a kind of fighting mindset?
No, my family comes with me to training camps. I don't separate myself too much from it. When I was younger, I used to think maybe I needed to here and there, but my wife and daughter come with me to my whole training camp, every fight camp. We're very close. They're my why. I like to have them around.
I felt I did get under the skin. He was real emotional in that fight. He came in before the weigh-ins, extremely emotional. I think he's matured as a fighter, as a person, and he got a great head on his shoulders now, and he doesn't get sidetracked. So he went on this tear, and it paid off for him.
So matchup wise, like give me some X's and O's here. When Khabib gets his paws on you, you felt how strong both guys are. When Khabib gets his paws on Dustin Poirier, is Dustin going down after the first takedown, and is he staying down every round, or is he the guy that can kind of get back up?
Dustin's the guy who can get back up. He's very well rounded, and but on the other hand, Khabib does have very great top control. Dustin's been around this game for a long time, so I definitely see him getting back up. It's not going to be a short fight. I know that, so you might as well, tuck in and go ahead and see a great fight between these guys.
That's interesting because, again, it's just my schmuck ass. But if I was thinking if Dustin wins, it's probably early. He probably, he catches Khabib. He's got great power, throwing from that southpaw stance. Because Khabib has this crazy ability, and he does it to every single guy he fights. He takes you down in the first round, wears you out, and you're never the same after that. Like you're just so tired from having this bear on you that you can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, that is very true. So we'll see. But I believe if Dustin can keep it on his feet, he can definitely outpoint him and get the victory that way. But it's got to be a big task at hand for Dustin to stay off the ground.